Well, a very good evening to you on this 29th day of December 2022 and welcome to the broadcast. This is TV47 News Tonight. Philip Omondi is on the sign language interpretation and I'm yours truly, Stanley Nyuringita. Now, to our top story this evening. Kiambu County residents have been urged to exercise personal hygiene a bit to reduce the increasing number of cholera cases. This comes as 4 people have been confirmed dead after contracting the disease, with 13 new cases reported as of Wednesday. Here's more. The cholera outbreak in Kiambu County seemingly going from bad to worse as more cases are being reported, with the latest figures showing 13 new cases as of Wednesday, bringing the total number of cases to 286 across various constituencies since the first cases were reported on the 8th of October during a wedding ceremony. The Minister of Health in the county has also reported that 4 people have been confirmed dead after contracting the disease. In the last 24 hours, Juja has reported 6 new cases, followed by Ruiru with 5, while Kiamba and Thika Town each has 1 new case. So far, Juja is leading in the total number of cases, recording 79. Thika has 63 cases, while Kabete has 25. Githunguri has reported 20 cases, while Kiamba has 15 cases. Speaking during a media briefing Thursday, LCEC Dr. Joseph Murega urged the residents to ensure they exercise personal hygiene.
So far, a number of counties are also involved, even going all the way up to northeastern Kenya. And we are working hard with other counties to share experiences and as well as to ensure that there's good control measures and good preventive measures being sent to sensitize to being sent to the public for sensitization. At
the same time, the CEC Water David Kuria has stated that the county is conducting safety water assessments to eliminate potential sources of contamination. On Wednesday, at least 20 people were hospitalized after drinking water allegedly contaminated by sewage from their taps.
So my appeal to the people of Kiambu, please use that water, the clean piped water. And if you don't have that, you've also been advised by our health minister here, please, you can boil water before you drink it. Water vendors, and we have enforced laws that they must provide clean water.
This even as the county government has asked the food handlers to be medically examined and acquire valid medical certificates and avoid selling food in open during the period of the outbreak. Right, let's switch gears now to some matters of security. The residents of Witu in Lamu County are living in a state of fear after Al-Shabaab militants allegedly conducted a terror attack that led to the death of 2 people. The attack was allegedly committed by Al-Shabaab suspects who were reported to be in army uniforms. They mounted a roadblock on the road along Bufferson Forest, and as Micah Gongo reports, security officers in Lamu County are leaving no stone unturned in a bid to arrest the suspects behind the attack.
Police officers in Lamu County say they are leaving no stone unturned as they pursue suspects who conducted an attack along Garsen Mokowe Road last evening. A police vehicle traveling to Mokowe came across a roadblock that had been mounted by approximately 10 people, reportedly in army uniform, similar to those used by members of the Kenya Defence Forces KDF.
Hiyo tokeo nyama jamaa wa Al-Shabaab ndio walifanya. Sababu mimi nilishuhudia, niona jamaa wote 6 walikuwa wembamba. Wote ni wembamba. Na walikuwa hawajui Kiswahili vizuri.
Sasa nilipokuwa ninaenda kufuata, ninaona askari wamesema kama ni askari wale. Ndio nikuenda polepole, kuna huyu mwanzangu yuko mbele, baada anaanza kusimama, ninaona kuna wenzangu pale wametolewa kwa hii lori, wanashukishwa chini, wanaambiwa laleni chini.
Ndio nikapika mahali kuna kimbonde kikubwa. Ndio kakaanza kushika neti kwa sasa, ndio nikalati watu mimi niko salama. Sasa nikawaambia kama kuna msaada wanisaidie sababu nilikuwa nimechoka kila mahali.
Police say the suspects ordered 4 vehicles to stop before shooting dead 1 lorry driver and his stunt boy. When they saw the police vehicle, they opened fire. Police fired back in a bitter exchange of the fire before the suspected Al-Shabaab militants fled from the scene of action.
Wakasimamisha lori moja, lori wakashukisha driver na conductor yake. magari zingine zikawa pia zimekuja wakapiga huyo driver na conductor yake risasi.
During the fire exchange between the militants and security, the GSU vehicle was shot at and the front left tire and the power steering pump were damaged. When the guns silenced, police discovered that the militants had held hostage about 4 people, among them 2 Italian nationals. Police saved all of them. The body of the lorry driver and his stunt boy were discovered later. Fuel tank of the lorry had been destroyed by ammunition. Police say another saloon car was discovered at the scene, but it had no occupants.
Gari zingine zikawa zimefika. Kulikuwa na lori nyingine na gari zingine ndogo 3. na gari na motorbikes 2.
On Monday, 2 people were shot dead by suspected Al-Shabaab terrorists in Pandanguo, Lamu County. Police officers who responded say several houses were touched by the militants. The area is close to the Kenya-Somalia border. Mike, GOtv 47.
All right, thanks for that, Mike Kagongo. And still in matters in security, police in Nakuru have arrested a 23-year-old man believed to be among top leaders in the dreaded Watts gang. This is a splinter criminal group of the confirmed group operating in the informal settlements, alleged to have been involved in house breakings, robberies, and mobile phone snatching in Nakuru. Chichi Josephine with that story.
23-year-old Marocha Obediazin Elias Rogers was nabbed in a police operation in Salaba area, Nakuru East, in a gang armed with dangerous weapons.
Yeye ni kiongozi wa genge linaitwa Watizedi, normally operating within the areas of Bondeni and the areas of Flamingo. That's where he normally operates.
The suspect was arrested following a tip-off by members of the public after they were spotted allegedly holding a meeting in one of the estates, according to the county police commander Peter Mwanzo.
Of course, they have been on our ladder. Tumekuwa tukiwatafuta for many days. So jana tukasikia there was a meeting. Kulikuwa na mahali walikuwa na mkutano, and on a tip-off, officers were able to move in very fast. And they managed to arrest him as his counterparts, his colleagues, mikora wenzao walipotoroka.
Mwanzo added that even though they were yet to establish the mission of the meeting, the suspect is aiding in their investigations. The suspect and his accomplices have been on the police radar for the last few months, following various atrocities committed against Nakuru residents by the gangs.
It is said that walikuwa na gari hapo ilikuwa imejaa visu. For whatever the mission they had, we are yet to establish through our investigation. And the gentleman here before us is linked to many atrocities and killings within Nakuru. So we are investigating him along that line. His gangs, he's a leader, and his gang is involved also in house breakings and robberies.
Mwanzo says that they have already identified several gang leaders who are now on police radar in the fight against organized crimes in the county.
Soon we'll be able to eradicate the entire operation of this gang in Nakuru.
Kwa nafanya confirm ya sijakata. Sasa confirm si lazima uingie. Confirm tu kulingana na area home, hiyo ndo kazi kila mtoto na wao vijana wote tulikuwa tunafanya kulingana na pale nimelelewa.
Obedi will be arraigned in court to answer charges against him.
He will be facing court, and we're still looking for the rest wale ambao walikuwa nao jana.
Chichi Josephine, TV 47.
All right, let's focus on something else now. And after 2 days of the probe against Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza, who was impeached by 67 MCAs out of the 69, the 11-member committee of the Senate is expected to give its verdict Friday. And as Flora Limoki reports, the decision of the Senate will be keenly watched by other county assemblies, which intend to oust their governors.
To impeach Meru County Governor Honorable Kawira Mwangaza.
After 2 days of accusations and counter-accusations between the Meru County Assembly and the now embattled Governor Kawira Mwangaza, the 11-member committee is set up to probe the impeachment request led by Kakamega Senator Boni Halwale is holed up in a secret location determining the fate of the governor, a decision that will be made public Friday.
We will not deny the governor her right to be heard and her right to a fair defense.
In the hearing that saw the Senate committee literally burn the midnight oil extended beyond 2 a.m. Thursday, the first county chief to be impeached after the August general election had a chance to once again reiterate her innocence before the 11 men and women who hold her fate in their hands.
The demands were that I give them or allocate Wadford to them. The other demand is that they wanted the first gentleman not to accompany me in any meeting.
While distancing herself from the 62 counts of, among others, abuse of office, the governor stated that she did her best to ensure service delivery to the over 1.5 million residents of Meru County. The Senate committee has its work cut out and is expected to determine whether the county assembly proved beyond reasonable doubt that the allegations meet the threshold set out in Article 181 of the Constitution on the grounds of a governor's removal from office. The parameters include gross violation of the Constitution, abuse of office, and gross misconduct.
Kindly post that video.
67 out of 69 MCAs voted to remove Kawira from office of allegations of, among others, incitement, bullying, vilification, and misleading campaigns against other leaders, nepotism, illegal appointments, unlawful dismissals, and usurpation of the statutory functions of the county organs. Also, forceful entry into the assembly premises and mobilization of unlawful riots against members of the assembly, violation of public finance management laws, misconduct relating to nomination of county executive committee members.
Not guilty.
According to Section 17(3) and 4 of the Impeachment Bill 2018, the Senate only needs to agree with the County Assembly on one of the allegations to send the county chief packing after subjecting the report to a vote. If anyone is aggrieved with the decision to send the governor packing, they can file a review at the High Court within 14 days of the decision.
That she's arrogant, she talks to them rudely.
Since the advent of the devolution in 2013, a total of 7 county chiefs have been ousted at the county level. Kirinyagas Anwe Goro and Kericho's Chepkoni were saved at the Senate, while Embu's Martin Wambora and Wajir's Mohamed Muhammad were saved at the courts. Nairobi's Mike Sonko and Kiambu's Ferdinand Oititu were removed from office. Flora Limuki, TV 47.
Thank you, Flora Limuki, for that, and definitely expect more coverage tomorrow, as we definitely expect the report tabled at the Senate. Now, to some rather shocking news. Tonight, a middle-aged man is being detained at the Thika police station as investigations continue into an incident where he is alleged to have defiled and impregnated her daughter. The suspect has pleaded not guilty, as Lucky Heriano reports.
In a bizarre incident at the heart of Kandara constituency, middle-aged Paul Guchu reportedly defiled her daughter and impregnated her. After spending time in custody, Guchu was arraigned in court where he denied the allegations before Senior Magistrate Sheila Nyaga. The incident came to the light after sisters to the victim visited their home on Christmas only to find their younger sister pregnant. Upon interrogating the parents for answers, their father became unruly and chased them away, but his efforts were futile as he was arrested by irate members of the public and taken to Kandara police station. In court, the prosecution pleaded with the court not to grant bail or bond in fear that the suspect will interfere with the investigations.
Hii jabu ilijulikana siku ya sikukuu. Wakati ile wasichana wake walikuja sikukuu, baba yao akaanza kuwafukuza watoke warudi pahali walitoka. Tukajua, tukasugusa. Msichana alipimwa, ni msichana wale wa yule wa kwanza kusaliwa, akampima na nini kitu alinunua kwa chemistry, akampima alafu akajua.
The suspect is expected to appear in court for pre-trial on 12th January 2023, the days when the report by the Children's Office ought to be presented in regard to custody of the minor involved. Currently, the suspect is held at Thika remand while the minor has been put under custody of the Kandara Children Home, respectively. Reporting for TV 47, I'm Lucky Heriano.
And from that, 2 suspects have been arrested for allegedly giving a 3-year-old boy alcohol at a Christmas party in Nairobi. Edward Ndirango Muhuka, aged 22, and Abdul Majid Hassan Arafat, 19, were picked from Thindigwa and Pangani estates, respectively, by detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations Child Protection Unit. Nashin Kabale reports.
In this clip that has since gone viral, one of the suspects is seen pouring alcohol into a tumbler and asking the minor to indulge. The suspects Edward Ndirango and Hassan Arafat were arrested after a public uproar both on and offline, with Kenyans calling on the DCI to act. In a statement, the DCI says the duo get crushed at a Christmas party where their mutual friend had invited them. This is after the detectives based at the DCI Academy in South B conducted a comprehensive analysis for tracking online child offenders and unmasked the identity of the suspects. The duo have been arraigned at the Kiambu law courts, where the first accused pleaded guilty and the second accused not guilty to charges of failing to protect a child from drugs and substance abuse contrary to the Constitution. The case will be mentioned on January 18th next year for the facts to be read to the first accused and hearing to be set. Meanwhile, the second accused was given a bond of 200,000 Kenyan shillings and a surety of a similar amount. Nation Kabale, TV47.
Let's jump into the political dockets now. And Kieni Member of Parliament Njoroge Wainaina has asked the leaders, especially those from the Western region, to stop attacking the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and instead concentrate on working for Kenyans. The MP has asked Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi to go slow on politics and stop the succession politics of 2032. Wainaina says that as the Mount Kenya region, they also have their own candidate who will vie when the time is due, and they will not support another candidate from a different region. Now, he says that they have numbers and that Mudavadi should stop chest thumping of Luo numbers.
I have said time and again, let's make Kenya a working nation, not a talking nation. The moment we change our politics and our way of doing things, we change from talking to working, that is the only way to go. For instance, like those people who are doing politics in Western Kenya, have any one of them done even a class or a toilet in the areas they are doing all those politics? I would wish to tell them, please, you guys in Western Kenya, don't light a fire that you cannot be able to put it off when it works you up. And they also know we have the numbers. They know we have the numbers. They know very well. Where are they going to get the numbers by 2032? Because for 2027, this is Ruto's second term. So in 2032, we are going to fill down candidates as well. And for those who think that they have the numbers, let's meet in the ballot by that time. And for those who are just talking, we know you have been in bed with Laila for all your time. Why are you not following your man this time? Why do you want to abandon him? He's your friend. He's your neighbor. Don't abandon him. He's your man. And it would be a shame that you have been with him all the years, but this time you want to leave him.
Now, a somber mood has engulfed the village of former Bungoma Member of Parliament Mwangaza after he was found brutally murdered at his home in Tongaren, Bungoma County. The body of the former lawmaker was reportedly partially burned with acid and had the eyes, tongue and left hand missing. Paul Kirobi with more.
This is the family of Mwangaza and residents who have converged to mourn the former Bungoma East Member of Parliament who served between the year 1963 and 1969 before the region was divided into 4 constituencies: Kimilili, Tongaren, Webuye East and Webuye West. Somber mood has rented the air in the village the former lawmaker served. It is reported that the deceased was found mysteriously murdered and his body doused with acid, with the eyes, tongue and left hand missing.
Yani hatujaamini mpaka wa leo. Tumesikia papa amekufa, tumehuzunika, tumeshangaa. Sababu papa alikuwa kipenzi chetu, amekuwa shujaa katika maisha yetu, amekuwa mwalimu.
Yeye ni mtu wa watu wote. Alikuwa anatetea watu wote, si family peke yake. Sasa yeye anajulikana anajulikana katika hata Kenya yote nzima.
Investigations are underway, although a section of family members seems to doubt whether the state will conduct a successful probe.
Inasemekana kwamba uchunguzi kiserikali inafanyika na ambayo uchunguzi haina mwisho. Huyu mzee yenyewe area hii na ngoma yetu hii amesaidia. Kwa enzi zake watoto wengi walisoma. Kwa enzi zake wamama walifaulu kimaisha. Hata hii wanasema mambo na shule, mambo na nini, hospitali ya Mahonge hii ilikuja kwa niaba ya nani? Ya Maka Barasa huyo. Akiwa kiongozi alikuwa mwalimu, alisaidia wenzake. In addiction ya siku za toto wakati ule.
The family says Mark had gone missing for a few days, with their efforts to search for him going futile. Residents and the family at large have eulogized him as a person who steered development projects in the region, such as Webuye Pan Papers, Lugulu Girls, Chesamis Boys, and Friends School Kamusinga, among others. Paul Kirobe, TV47.
And still in the same county, a few weeks after Bungoma County senatorial by-election, a fresh supremacy battle is heating up between Ford Kenya and UDA parties, which are under the Kenya Kwanza coalition. Webuye West Member of Parliament Dan Wanyama, whose close competitor is Kelly Walubengo, petitioned his August general election win. Now states that the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula is behind his tribulations.
On Monday, 26 December, while at former Bumula MP Mwambu Mabonga's homestead in Bungoma County, Webuye West MP Dan Wanyama dared National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula for a political duel.
Anaambia watu yake ati sasa Dan yako na petition, sasa yeye, acha nikwambie Weta, mimi wewe uniwezi. Imagine I'm the only MP who stood against you. Na nitafanya hivyo mpaka Yesu arudi.
The fight between the two started during 8th December Bungoma County senatorial by-election, where Wanyama supported UDA candidate Mwambu Mabonga, opposing the purported Kenya Kwanza coalition agreement of not fielding candidates.
Ford Kenya.
Speaking at H Young Ford Kenya county offices in Bungoma town, Ford Kenya Young League leadership have rubbished Wanyama's allegations, urging him to respect National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula.
Tunataka kuambia Dan, heshimu Weta. Weta siyo kiwango chako. Weta ni baba wa Roma.
Tunakuomba kwa unyenyekevu na kwa heshima, jiunge na wabunge wengine, mupeane heshima kwa viongozi ambao sisi tunaamini na tuliteua ili mfanyie watu kazi.
Wewe hamtoshani na papa wa Roma. Papa wa Roma ako juu zaidi. So ukiongea mambo ya petition ambayo iko kotini saa hizi, ongea kuhusu Kelly Barasa wa Lubengo.
Should you come up again and attack Moses Masika Wetangula, I know where you stay. We shall come for that seat.
Ford Kenya party lawmakers Martin Wanyonyi of Webuye East and Majimbo Kalasinga of Kabuchai says that they will not allow leaders who are against Luya unity.
Don't purport kuelewa hiyo MOU and its content. The more you speak about it, the more unaonyesha your ignorance.
They are trying to put together Honorable Mudavadi and Honorable Wetangula to see Western as a bloc move forward. If you are going to be used as one from that, then we shall try to draw demarcations and see this is a region for ANC and for Kenya.
They have called upon Kenya Kwanza government to implement the 30% of the government to Western region people as per the coalition's agreement.
Rais William Samoei Ruto, unapoenda kugawa assistant ministers, tunaomba hiyo 30% ikuje.
Tunaomba serikali tuanze kutekeleza hii mwaka mpya kianza, hata vijana ambao wamesimama hapa wapate kwa kitu, wapate kwa kazi. Tuwatumie hata huko nje kwa ambassadors.
That particular story was produced by Wanji Sostin. Through some rather bizarre incident. Residents of GOtv village in Kirinyaga County have been left in shock and grief after the body of 10-year-old boy was found hanging inside their house. This comes days after the boy had allegedly dug a big hole outside their compound.
Hakujawahi kufanyika kitu kama hiki area hii, japokuwa tu ni bahati mbaya iliingia. Tunasikia. Lakini wakati uliingia ku area hii yetu, na ndio tunasema kama ni roho ya shetani ishindwe.
It all started when the grade 4 learner at Kibirigwi Primary School started digging a hole outside his grandmother's compound. A hole, he said, was meant for planting banana stems. His grandmother, Rose Nyambura, however, advised him not to continue with the digging since there was an electric pole nearby.
Kubwa sana akashiba, akaniambia, nikamuuliza unashiba hiyo shimo ya nini? Akaniambia hiyo shimo mimi nasiba ya kupanda madizi. Nikamwambia hawezi kupanda madizi hapo kwa sababu hakuna stima. Sika hiyo simu nikuonyeze pahali pale utashiba. Sitakujua simu ni ya nini.
However, the family would later be shocked to find his lifeless body hanging in the house at around 7 p.m. just a few days after the digging incident, many speculating that the boy might have been digging his own grave at the time.
Mtoto wa miaka 10 hawezi fikiria kujinyonga. Hiyo ni roho baya ilimuingia, na ninasema ishitu katika jina la Yesu. Ni roho tu ilimuingia juu kutoka hiyo siku alikuwa na furaha kabisa.
Relatives who are at a loss of words to explain the cause of the incident have described the deceased as a joyful boy who was loved by his family and especially his grandmother, who took over the job of raising him after his mother left the country for the Middle East to make a living.
Hiyo siku alikuwa na furaha kabisa. Na akaniambia, auntie, hizi kuo nataka upe keboni za keboni nimempatia na usiweke kwa rumu yangu. Nikamwambia sawa. Nikamwambia mtoto wangu amwambie asante, na mtoto wangu akamwambia asante.
They are now calling on the government to intervene and help sponsor the mother's travel from abroad to attend her son's burial.
Mamake yuko area, ako Saudi Arabia, na ni kumaanisha kwamba tunaweza kusema tu kama tunaweza kupata usaidizi ndio huyo mama yake akuje ndio ahudhurie mazishi ya mtoto yake. Ni vizuri sana.
Naomba wasamaria wema wajitokeze kutusaidia.
Cases of suicide among minors have been on the rise in Kirinyaga County, with 3 similar cases reported in the last 3 months. Sylvia Nyongesa, TV 47.
A family in Machakos County is seeking justice after a perpetrator of incest, defilement and sodomy was released on bond by the Kangundo Law Court for lack of evidence. 21-year-old Samuel Munyao is said to have made it a norm to sleep with his 30-year-old sister, who is mentally challenged and unable to speak. As Andrew Kilemi reports, the suspect is also alleged to have been defiling his 7-year-old niece and 10-year-old nephew, respectively.
So it is just the grace of God.
It is in this homestead in Mudhwani village, Machakos County, that a 30-year-old mentally challenged woman was reported to have been sexually assaulted by his blood brother. 21-year-old Samuel Munyao is alleged to have made it a norm to sleep with his sister, plus her 2 children, a girl aged 7 and a boy aged 10, respectively.
Si watoto ndio walikuwa wanaambianga mama yake huyo ndugu yao mkubwa analalanga na mama yake, na saa zingine analala na huyo wa kijana. Sauli ndio alikuwa mkubwa, na penyewe tulikuja kuchunguza tukakuta ni ukweli alikuwa anafanya na wao tu.
21-year-old Samuel Munyao is alleged to have made it a norm to sleep with his sister, plus her 2 children, a girl aged 7 and a boy aged 10, respectively. Confirming the incident, Mudhwani Sub-Chief Boniface Madheka said the issue was reported to him and that the suspect, who is the uncle of the children, had been luring them with sweets to keep the issue a secret.
Nilipata ni uncle yao ambaye ni brother wa mama hao watoto, ambaye ako mentally disturbed, akili yake haiko sawa, na venye tukuja nikapata ni ukweli wanga anatumia watoto, anatendea watoto hiyo kitendo, na bado ameitendea huyu sister yake ambaye ana akili timamu. Nilikuja nikaona hiyo kitendo ni mbaya, na nikashika yule kijana na nikapeleka Joska police station.
It is alleged that the mother of the victim was aware of the happenings but did not disclose to anyone, and has since been locking up her mentally challenged daughter in the bathroom whenever she leaves home for the day's activity.
Labda wanaongopa mtu anaweza mpita njia, anaweza pita hapa na amrape, na labda kingine nafikiria ni kama anakuanga burden kwa wazazi wakati anataka kwenda mambo zake, ni kama anakuwa burden juu saa zingine wanga anaweza fua nguo hata kwa watu, na maybe anaona ni aibu kutembea na yeye.
The family now wants the Kangundo Law Court to take legal action against the perpetrator, with the case set to be mentioned in February 2023. Andrin Kilemi, TV 47.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Hey! Kaluma King Herbal Lozenges zinazo nguvu maradufu kutuliza kikohozi, vidonda vya koo na mafua. Kaluma King ni shwari.
Tika mama huyo muharifu kaiba kuku zangu, vifaranga wangu na mayai zote pia kabeba. Haya, tika mama huyo.
Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
Discover a world full of opportunities, a place to build your skill and see the world in a different perspective. Sensei Institute of Technology is the home to the best practical courses, giving you hands-on experience to handle the world. We offer courses such as plant operator, plant mechanics, driving and trailer driving, CCTV and alarm installation, solar installation, electrical installation, motor vehicle mechanics and electronics, building construction technology, welding fabrication, roads and dam construction, hospitality courses, and many more. For you to join us, ensure you have your national ID card and be ready to enjoy the ride.
Remember, my skills, my future at Sensei.
Sensei College, my skills, my future.
The secret to an instant glow and spotless skin. Acne C10 is a 10% pure vitamin C serum that effectively fades dark spots and clears dark patches. With a unique formulation, it is quickly absorbed deep into the skin to give optimal results. Acne C10, 10% pure vitamin C serum, safe on all skin types.
Are you looking for a college that will impact your practical skill sets? Tristan School of Medical Health and Science Technology offers market-driven programs in diploma and certificate levels in the schools of health sciences, social sciences, applied sciences, and business and informatics. Enroll for our January 2023 intake to enjoy seamless student experience. You deserve qualified faculty leadership to set a good guide for your career. Tristan School of Medical Health and Science Technology, partners in your journey to excellence.
Karibuni sana, karibuni. Niwauzie?
Ugali matumbo batia mimi.
Ugali matumbo! Na wewe? Ipe wali maragwe? Wali? Wewe, mchele madando hapo! Na
Nilikuwa nataka kaomena na kadoma.
Customer, usijali chakula yako tutakutengenezea kwa dili yako tu.
Maisha yako, mapendeleo yako. Tunukiwa na Safaricom. Chagua bei yako ya kupigia simu au data. Piga *444# au utembelee My Safaricom app upate deal poa ya kupiga simu. Uongee zaidi au ubrowse zaidi.
Nataka chapati na crips.
Mala sausage. Nataka ugali na
TV 47, the home of untold stories.
It's in 33 minutes past the top of the hour. Thank you for your patronage so far. Let's continue updating you more. And we start with some health matters. And cerebral palsy specialists in the country now say late or misdiagnosis of the condition is among the leading reasons why the cases are on the rise across the country. Lack of adequate training for caregivers and therapists has also been cited as the biggest hurdle in proper post-diagnosis care for those who have the most common physical disability in childhood. Our reporter Chichi Josephine delved into the subject and found out that sadly that some parents with children with cerebral palsy still hide their children.
While some children are playing in the fields happily or looking after cattle during these long holidays, a significant number is confined in their houses due to life-changing disorders. Among many other conditions and disabilities that make some parents resort to hiding their children, cerebral palsy remains the biggest headache to not only parents but also doctors. Some of the issues that make cerebral palsy hard to deal with include the lack of adequate information on the causes, prevention and even remedies, as Dr. Mungai now explains.
So tunataka tukue watu hata these specialists wakue wengi because unakuta most of the specialists when wanaelewa disability ni wachache sana. Unaona? Then we need to create more awareness, and I think I'm happy because this is one way of creating awareness. So tunaita visibility. We need to make these people know. We create more awareness in the community. Wajue shida hizi zinaweza suluhishwa.
Around the world, more than 17 million people are living with this disability. Another 350 million family members and caregivers are closely connected to a child or adult with cerebral palsy. It is the most common physical disability in childhood. A few kilometers from Nakuru Central Business District, we find Grace Mukami, commonly known as Mama Malaika. She is the founder of Malaika Initiative for persons living with disability. For 7 years, the initiative has been welcoming children with CP condition for a free therapy, as well as their parents receiving counseling.
When I discovered these children, the way they are locked in the house, and they are rarely known because they are ever locked in the house, and the next door neighbor may not even know there is a disabled child in the house, in the next house. And because of social stigma, the minute they bring their children out, the way they are stigmatized by the community, they also fear to bring them out.
As she tells of how she manages the daycare center single-handedly and with the help of volunteers, Grace narrates of the force behind her idea.
Because of what I had suffered through my own grandchild who suffered meningitis, stroke. What I went through, I imagined, is what every other parent is going through who has such a kid. So 2010, I came out of my house. I started walking around the slums, looking for them, asking people, do you know of a person somewhere who is disabled and is locked in the house? So my idea was, and my vision, create a daycare center for these mentally and physically challenged children.
What started as mild pains of the body of a teenage girl gradually turned out to be the family's nightmare as Grace moved to different hospitals and successfully seeking treatment.
She suffered from meningitis, and after treatment, she woke up in a stroke, and she became totally disabled. She was done therapy once. I went there. I still remember it was on a Tuesday. Then the other Tuesday I went. The third time, the therapist at that time followed me out. When I went out, followed me. And he politely told me, Ma'am, go and use your money elsewhere. Akufukuzaye hakwambii nenda. Ni kuniambia na niambia nisishinde nikileta huyu mtoto. I'm wasting my money. So I didn't go back there.
A recent study shows that 44% of marriages are negatively affected by the diagnosis of cerebral palsy in a child, and in 7% of those cases, the father walks out as members of the families and the community discriminate against the affected families.
Personally, nimeface hiyo kutengwa kwa sababu vile huyo mtoto mwingine ana appreciatiwa, mama yake ana appreciatiwa mahali, sio vile wewe utafeel hiyo nini. Kuna watu hata wako na watoto wengine, vile ata appreciatiwa akiwa na mtoto mwingine ni tofauti, unaona. Sasa hata mimi nimefeel hiyo, and then hiyo unaona kama mtu anakuhurumia pia, unaona anafanya ni kama uko na shida sana, akuchukulia kama mtu wa kawaida.
If you could come one day and I tell you to listen to every story here of these parents, you will cry. Because when they give birth to a disabled child, the first person to send the mother away is the husband. If not the husband, is the mother-in-law. And so you are discriminated by your own partner, your mother-in-law, and they send you away.
While some have to live with the disabilities for the rest of their lives, some have made gradual but full recovery after regular therapy and medications and are now attending school.
When they come here, they come when they are crying because they think they are alone. But when they come, they join, they are done therapy, they see their kids are recovering. At least now the parents are happy.
Saizi mtoto wangu alikuja kama hawezi kufungua macho, alikuwa hawezi kumove. Ningemwacha tu hapo, angekaa tu hapo. But sasa vile nimekuwa nikimleta therapy, nimeona changes, a lot of change. Juu saizi anasimamisha, nikiweza mshikilia hivi anaweza simamisha miguu. Sasa tuna work na shingo. Okay, tuliambiwa kuna delayed milestones of which atapick but atachelewa. But sasa niendelee na therapy.
The medics now worry about late or faulty diagnosis of cerebral palsy early enough and say there is need for adequate training for therapists, nurses and midwives to be able to identify these conditions during the birth of a child and start proper treatment.
Mama akiwa mjamzito aende clinic. Hiyo ni very critical. Ndio tuzuie most of these problems zenye ambazo zinaleta hii ugonjwa ya cerebral palsy. Na pia wanakuwa cancelled on mambo ya lishe bora. Pia because tulisema good nutrition for an expectant mother is very critical. Because sasa kuna mama wakiwa wajawazito wanakuwa na shida ya chakula, kutapika sana. So naona. So atapata mtoto mdhaifu. Na pia who be a potential candidate to be a child with cerebral palsy.
For couples planning to conceive, medical experts recommend consulting a doctor before becoming pregnant to assess reproductive health.
Kukiwa na shida hiyo ya blood incompatibility za issue ya rhesus factor, because that's a major side cause of cerebral palsy. Mama akiwa mjamzito anadungwa sindano, inazuia hiyo reaction. Na wakati wa kuja kujifungua pia anadungwa, so inazuia hiyo reaction.
Comprehensive assessment should be done, including questions about social habits, medical history, and other factors that may influence pregnancy. These will not, however, guarantee a CP-free outcome for the baby, since the exact causes are not known. However, even with consistent therapy, Grace points out the need of showing more love and respect to these children as well as people living with disabilities.
You can't imagine at 70, every month I'm on a menstrual period because she is always, and she does not know what to do. I'm the one who will put the always for her. I'm the one who will know, I know her dates. See, also I'm also on period, I'm not, but you get what I mean.
Na kwa youths, tunapatana na wengine hata kwa magari. Hawezi consider ati huyo ni mzazi au mzazi amebeba mtoto mlemavu, hata ampe nafasi mahali huyo mama au anaweza kaa na huyo mtoto. Our youths wamebadilika, sio wale youths wa zamani. Hawana heshima.
Although there are no official statistics on the prevalence of cerebral palsy in Kenya, as the government is yet to collect data on those living with it, it is estimated that about 3 in every 100 children in the country currently live with the condition.
Tumekuwa receive almost, hakuna mwezi inaisha kama tuja more than 5-6 kids. Umetreated from by somebody else and refer and then Malaika. Umetoka hospitali fulani umetreatiwa anasema afadhali Malaika. So tumekuwa na overwhelmed na number ya kids.
The cost of managing the condition is also out of reach for many parents, especially in the rural setting. At the bare minimum, drugs to manage the condition cost about 7,000 shillings a month and are not covered by the National Hospital Insurance Fund.
Mswahili anasemaga hivi, hujafa hujaumbika. Until you die, you won't know that you continue to be like that. And so please, I would ask community there to support us there. And don't discriminate us.
Na haswa nyinyi wenye wako huku nje ambao hawana ulemavu, muheshimu wazazi ambao wako na watoto walemavu. Wanapitia mambo magumu sana.
Mostly vile tumesema wengi wako na shida ya finances. Then unakuta most of these therapeutic aids and equipment, they are very expensive. So most of them cannot afford. Yeah?
This place has given hope to children living with cerebral palsy, each recording tremendous improvements every day. However, there is need for the government and councils to bolster support for children with cerebral palsy and their families. Reporting for TV47 from Nakuru County, my name is Chichi Josephine.
Well, Chichi Josephine, thank you for that. And indeed, children are the gift from God. There's some county news. Individuals who do not merit were given access to Siaya County's integrated financial management system, that is IFMIS, opening it to manipulation and abuse, thus eroding the internal controls and integrity of the system. This is according to a progress report released by the 7-member task force appointed by Governor James Orengo to audit the county's financial operations and alleged misappropriation of funds. The task force, chaired by former Auditor General Edward Oko, also cited lapses in budget-making process by the county assembly where figures were altered without due consultation with the executive, causing inadequacies in budget provisions, thereby delaying completion of projects. The team is expected to present the full report of the audit to Governor Orengo on 23rd January 2023.
To pass the budget. For instance, the approval of the budget estimates of the financial year 21-22 was delayed by 3 months. IFMIS is a critical component of financial management and it's therefore a high-risk area. The IFMIS system is mapped and authorization levels are configured within the system to be assigned to officers of appropriate designation. The rights to perform specific roles should be assigned to the correct designated officers of the county. However, at times in the county, rights are not assigned to appropriately designated officers.
Right, now listen to this next story. There are many in majority of the cities and major towns in the country. The street children, popularly known as Cholera, are dreaded by many. But did you know these children are friendly? And oh yes, they have talent as well. Reporter Boniface Baraza interacted with the street urchins and filed the following report.
These are tens of street children converged together in a common field. One after the other take onto the stage to present their different entertainment items.
Mengi ninavumilia kwenye street, mengi wazazi wetu wanatutoroka wanakunya madawa kulevya, wengi wanavumilia na madawa tunajipata kwenye taho.
It is evident that these children are multi-talented and believe it or not, their skill is evident in their composition.
Kwa game ya love, hati ya kila mtu inakuwa imefungwa na kofuli, ndio maana wawili upenda nao lazima penekisi ili wafungwe roho. But tukisikia dema anasema ni bebe nipembeleze, juu hata Rosu wa Tanzania hizi kumhando.
As they sharpen their talents despite the challenges they face, they have asked leaders to support them so that they can realize their dreams.
Lingana mnaomba mheshimiwa tupewe support wasanii wa street. System wasanii wa street boys tunaishi kwenye tao tu kwenye varanda. Nyewe naomba viongozi yenyewe watusimamie sisi wengine tukuze talanta, ili hata sasa zingine tukiwa tu wakubwa tusaidie hata ama ndugu zetu. Jusi wengi tunapenda kukaa kwa hii maisha, kulala kwa varanda, kula kwa pipa.
With the ever increasing number of street children, the elephant in the room is reforming them. William Lonyanga is a former street urchin.
Je, ni rahisi mtu kutoka kwa street? Inawezekana, kwa sababu mimi nilikaa street for 5 years na Mungu akabadilisha story yangu, nikapelekwa children's home. Hapo ndio nilianza nikabadilika mpaka hata nikajua kuandika hata jina.
Trans Nzoia Senator Alan Chesang has promised to cooperate with other leaders in tapping and nurturing of such talents so that they can get out of streets.
Umeshuhudia kweli kuna talanta hata kwa hawa street kids, na wanahitaji mentorship. Wakipata mentorship wanaweza fika mbali. So kwa mpira umesikia kuna wasanii, umesikia mambo mbalimbali wanafanya. So wacha tukuze hawa watoto pia wakuwe na maisha kule mbele.
Many claim they found themselves on the streets after being abandoned by their families, while others are totally orphans.
Life ni ngumu wakati unakula kwenye people loko varanda. I remember my father alikuwa amekama, amedrink alcohol, alikuwa na beat my mom, but end of the time nilikuwa najipata nimelokwa kibanda. Life kwenye city ni lazima ubeg ili eat.
Bonfas Barasa, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
Right, that is definitely some top kind of talent. And speaking of talent, in the wonderful world of sports, candidate Master Ben Magana was earlier today bundled out of the 2022 Kenya National Chess Championships Open section after losing to youngster Robert Makligeyo at the Charter Hall in Nairobi. Magana, who has a stellar career in the sport, fell to 17-year-old Makligeyo in round 7 of the tie after being held by Timothy Mwabu and Glenn Kingoina in round 2 and 4 respectively. Magana had, however, defeated Frederick Omosa, Tom Omwai and Kevin Ithagi and Gabriel Njuki in the other rounds of the competition as he ranked 26th with 5 points. Only 0.5 points behind leader Dr. Victor Ngani. The competition attracted 200 participants and is expected to culminate on Friday evening, where the winner in the open section will be awarded a